I'm Peter Ibbetson. I'm Chairman of Small Businesses for the Royal Bank of Scotland Group and NatWest. And what drives me is trying to start as many businesses as we possibly can. A lot of people think that banks don't want to help businesses, and there is nothing further from the truth. Banks are absolutely there to help businesses. It's not just lending money to help those businesses, but it's the advice, it's helping them through guidance books. So if you go on the NatWest and the RBS websites in the business world to look at the support that you can get, there's extensive support in how you do your cash flows, how you do your marketing, how you do exporting, how you look for customers. If you want to do online trading, there's a wonderful website that Royal Bank runs called BizCrowd. So if you look at BizCrowd, and on BizCrowd you can look at online trading and link with other businesses. So if you're going into business and you're not on BizCrowd, go on BizCrowd and start talking to businesses. So there's a lot of help that's there for businesses. The banks are firmly open for business. But when you look at the lending side, the one thing you must remember whenever you want to borrow from a bank is the banks do need that money repaid. So you have to challenge the assumptions that you're making to make sure you really can repay what you're borrowing. When you come and talk to the bank about starting a business in the first place, see them as your friendly, challenging partner. So they're an independent person who will make sure you've got your assumptions right. So they will challenge you on, have you got your cash flow right? You know, what assumptions are you making here? Do you assume that everybody you do business for is going to pay you on the day you do the business? Because that won't happen. So treat them as your helper, treat them as your partner, treat them as your supporter, and work with them when they challenge you on things. So cash flow, the business plan, the assumptions you put in there, all those issues are absolutely critical. So do listen to your bank. You've got a friendly voice, but you've got a challenging voice as well. And that's actually very, very good. There's different ways of funding businesses. So it could be an overdraft, it could be an asset finance loan. There are different support schemes that are available. So you could go to the Prince's Trust, and the Prince's Trust might be able to help you with a scheme. You could go to the startup loan company that helps businesses start off in the early years before they're really in a position where a bank will lend them money. So there's a lot of schemes there, but if you go to the bank for the conversation, that's where you'll get the advice and the pointers as to where best to go to. The best way to get a yes from the bank is demonstrate you can repay the borrowing. A lot of people think banks don't want to lend money. They absolutely do. If you talk to Royal Bank and NatWest, for instance, NatWest and Royal Bank lend well over £100 million every day to businesses. Banks are lending, they do want to lend, but they do need that money back as well. So the challenge will come. If you want the yes, make sure you've challenged all your assumptions, make sure you can demonstrate how you can repay that loan. Then the probability is the bank will help you. They have schemes which are advisory schemes, they have schemes which are funding schemes. So things like the Startup Loan Company, for instance, which has started off well over 5,000 businesses already, is a government scheme to help people start up in business when they don't naturally qualify for traditional bank debt to start with. So a lot of schemes available for government. If you go further up the line and you grow in business, then there's something called the Enterprise Finance Guarantee. And that's a scheme where the government is supporting businesses who don't have security to support traditional bank lending. So a lot of schemes that are there. The best thing you can do though is go and talk to your bank, and they'll give you the pointers as to which schemes best work for you. You can't have a business that's successful without thinking about online trading. And every time I think of online trading, I think, how can the bank help? And we have a website within the bank that Royal Bank started called BizCrowd. And on BizCrowd, you can do online trading with other businesses. So the first thing you should do as you're starting your business is think, what is my online presence like? What else is there that will help me develop and trade with other businesses online? And look at BizCrowd, a free opportunity for you to sign up and trade with other businesses. Banks have many years of experience in working with businesses. So if you take Royal Bank and NatWest, for instance, we have over 1 million businesses that bank with us. Many of those businesses have banked with us for many years. So this is a bank that absolutely understands businesses. But running a business is not just about lending money to that business. It's a lot wider to that. It's being there as a supportive body, it's being there as a listening ear, somebody that can guide you in different areas. Things like exporting. So a bank can help you understand different markets. So if you take Royal Bank, we have over 35 representations abroad. So if you want to go into career, we can take you into career. We can explain how you get payments from career. We can explain to you the cultures that operate in career. So there are a huge number of opportunities in the bank. So it could be exporting. It could be things like helping you with your cash flow. It could be how you fund an asset. So you're not necessarily going to take a loan out or an overdraft out to buy your new printing press. That could be done through an asset finance. The best advice I can give to any business is go and talk to the bank. They'll find a way of helping you or pointing you to someone who can help you. Well, the future for entrepreneurs is always, what's the best word? Interesting. It's always a challenge, it's always changing, it's always exciting. There are always the dramas, there are always the bumps in the road, but there's a huge amount of satisfaction when you can go home and say, I've just won that deal. So it's now a good time to start a business. You know, we've been through the deepest recession that we, in our lifetime, have ever seen. And quite a lot of people might be saying, let's just hold off, let's just wait, let's just see how things improve. How I see that actually is quite the reverse. I think now is a great time to start a business. If you can start your business now on today's assumptions, then when times get good again, you've got a really good business. So I would encourage any young person who has that germ of an idea to start developing it now, to start talking to people now, to start talking to the bank now, and work out the plan to start that business now.